This is Fox 2 News at 6.
Charlie, thank you. Well, another case of a house of horror in Pontiac. A mom accused of abandoning her 3 kids in their apartment with no plumbing, rotten food, and feces all over. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says 31-year-old Jerome left her 12-year-old daughter and 2 9-year-old sons alone for 9 days, or for days. She's now in jail. And get this, deputies made the discovery after her daughter called police thinking that someone was breaking into their apartment.
I never seen the mama before. I just let the kids come play. It's like they wasn't getting no attention. They was out all night, running up and down the street all night long. I never knew that's what they was going through.
Johnson faces numerous counts of child abuse. She's being held without bond after throwing a chair and swearing at the judge during her arraignment. You may remember police arrested another Pontiac mom, Kelly Bryant, back in February after officers say she abandoned her 3 kids in a home full of filth for years. The Taylor Police Department makes a huge bust to get suspected child predators out of our communities. It is the result of a year-long crackdown where the department joined forces with other law enforcement agencies. Now 14 men from all across Michigan are behind bars. Accused of targeting minors online, several face multiple felony charges, including child sexually abusive activity, accosting a child for immoral purposes, and using a computer to commit a crime. Police tell us Jacob Gazalka, Richard Want, and Walter Orozco have already been convicted. A Warren man faces serious charges after investigators say he threatened a police officer and a district court judge. Police accused 42-year-old Andrew Roberts of posting messages online saying, quote, "Death to Warren PD" and "Death to Judge Fonts," along with a photo showing someone firing a gun at a police car. Roberts was arraigned on several felonies, including making a false report or threat of terrorism and using a computer to commit a crime. He's back in court on November 19th. In Rochester Hills, a huge fire. It guts a storage facility. It leaves many customers in tears. It took more than 50 firefighters to put out this blaze. It took several hours. Fox 2's Scott Wolchek is live with more on this fire and those property owners who are devastated. Scott, this is quite a gut punch.
Yeah, it definitely was, Brandon. And you know what? We've been on this thing since it broke out last night, and it took firefighters 9 hours to put this thing out, and over 80 units have been damaged here at Stowaway. This is on John R. in Rochester. And, you know, you've seen some of the footage from Skyfox and all these other shots from our camera guys of just this terrible blaze. And the assistant chief even said this was a particularly tough one to knock out because of the way that the building is, and because of the metal roof. It was really holding a lot of heat, but they were able to knock this thing down eventually. No injuries, and they had help from about 7 other municipalities. Of course, we've been talking to a lot of people all day who've been coming out here just to see the damage and to try and get a look and see if their units were affected. A lot of very sad people. We even talked with a woman who had lost about $30,000 in merchandise. I caught up with a young lady who just had a baby who came out here thinking maybe her unit wasn't affected, but unfortunately it was.
I was working on opening a small business, so I had a checkout desk. I think of large square unit that's for, you know, doing sales and transactions. A lot of other stuff I use for markets and sales during the summer and spring months. So, yeah, some important stuff.
What any ideas on how you can recover from that, or thoughts?
I mean, didn't really have insurance on it. Wasn't planning on having it there for that long. We just had to make some room in our home for our new baby that you can hear in the back, and no, I'm not sure how we're gonna really recover from that.
I'm sure there's nothing left. I know there's nothing left. With the smoke and the water, I just start fresh. I just start over. You just gotta pick it up and keep going. It'll be all right. It'll be fine.
There's so many things in there that mean the world to me. My mother's diamond earrings.
Hard to hear that. You know, you can hear the emotion in so many of these people that we've talked to, and truly a devastating thing to lose such sentimental items like your mom's diamond earrings, or if you're trying to start a small business. But we do know that at least nobody was hurt in this. Now, investigators are still working to get to the bottom of what caused this fire. Of course, we'll keep you updated with the very latest. We're now reporting live, Rochester Hills. Scott Walchek, Fox 2 News. Brandon, back to you.
Yeah, Scott, that's the devastating things about fires is you lose those keepsakes, those heirlooms, and you'll never really get those back. And people trust these storage units. So for a fire like this, this hurts. But for the storage facility itself, what are they saying?
Yeah, you know what? They said that they are working with everybody to figure out exactly what happened. For now, the facility is totally closed, as you can see, and that's until the sheriff's office says that this place is safe for people to actually go into. Once they are done, once the storage facility is done talking with their insurance company, they say they're going to have answers for people. They're going to individually reach out to people whose units were affected.
Scott Wolchek, we appreciate it. Thank you. Right now, the U.S. House is preparing to vote on a measure that would reopen the government after the longest shutdown in history. On day 43, lawmakers are back in session after a nearly 8-week absence. Many House members have been speaking ahead of today's vote.
We believe the long national nightmare will be over tonight.
I think the American people got a raw deal. 20 million Americans are going to see their premiums skyrocket. I don't think they like the fact that we didn't fight hard enough.
And that's the thing. House Democrats, they're now trying to force a future vote to extend health care subsidies for 3 years, but they'll need some Republicans to join them. Now, over the past week, the shutdown has caused thousands of flight delays and cancellations and mass confusion over SNAP benefit payments. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards is live with reaction ahead of this critical vote in Washington. Lauren, what are people saying and hoping happens here?
Brandon, I can tell you we've been out and about all day long, specifically in Southfield, Birmingham, and here in downtown Detroit, just talking to people, getting a feel of what they're thinking about tonight. And they say all eyes are on D.C., our eyes are on that vote and just what happens with this government shutdown. Now it's day 43, the longest in history in Fox 2 hearing. That a vote could potentially be coming down on that funding bill to end it all sometime around 7. And some Metro Detroiters say they'll be keeping a close eye on it. Top of mind for many, getting people back to work, paychecks in people's accounts, and access to affordable food, and also one of the big ones, health insurance. And Fox 2 confirming within the last hour that HAP Care Source quote made the difficult decision to exit the Michigan marketplace, which impacting 20,000 members who will continue to receive health care through the end of 2025. Nevertheless, health insurance and the future of it seem to be a source of concern for many.
We all deserve the right to health care. We all deserve that safety and that security, knowing that we have that health care in place. And right now we don't have any health care other than what's going to take us out of food and home.
I'm curious, the best thing that ever happened to everybody though. But when Trump got in office, he wanted everybody to be cut off of that.
Health insurance is something that, I sort of believe that, everyone has a right to health insurance, but you do got to work for it. I think if you don't work for, you got to, in a way, not prove yourself, but like you got to pull your own weight and put your weight in the end of the table. But I do think everybody needs it.
Now, people also talked about SNAP benefits, and we reached out to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and they said, in part, quote, the uncertainty and confusion surrounding SNAP benefits that has spread across the country is unfair to over 1 million Michigan residents that rely on these benefits to put food on the table and support their families. We will continue to do everything we can to assist those in need. Now, if you want to read their full statement and also HAP Care Source, their statement as well that they sent me, you can head over to fox2detroit.com. Reporting live here in downtown Detroit, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
And Lauren, look, healthcare has been a cornerstone in this debate on Capitol Hill here. But what are other insurers say about maybe following suit and pulling out of Michigan?
Brandon, I can tell you I reached out to a few other insurers. I'm hearing that there's 3 others that pulled out. I have got nothing confirmed, but I can only tell you right now that, again, HAP Care Source pulling out at the end of 2025, impacting 20,000 residents here. They say that also November 1st, which was last week, that they could reapply, but it's just, top of mind for so many people, just what the future of healthcare is going to look like.
We will continue to keep an eye on that. Lauren Edwards, we appreciate it. Thank you. So you saw Lauren wearing a coat with a scarf. It is still cool, not as cold as yesterday. Weather Authority Rich Luderman is here with a look at the forecast. Rich, is it still nice to go out tonight?
It is. It's brisk and chilly, but remember, Monday and Tuesday this week, we had highs in the 30s. Today, we actually made it up close to 50 degrees, so it's better out there. Clearly, the edge of clouds is crossing lower Michigan. More clouds up in the thumb, less clouds for Detroit along I-94 out to Jackson and Kalamazoo. Notice our weak system is out east. You can see rain and snow showers crossing parts of New York State and Pennsylvania. It is cool out there. 46 degrees here, 43 in Traverse City. But yes, we do have a chance to see some of the northern lights. Now, it's safe to view, so go outside this evening, take a look up there. You may see it tonight. For the rest of the evening, it'll be mostly clear. There'll be more clouds up in St. Clair County especially, but the next few days look nice and quiet. How about Saturday? Near 60 degrees with an afternoon shower chance. Brandon will check the 7-day forecast coming up in 10.
All right, we'll see you then. Well, the sale of raw milk has been banned in the state of Michigan, largely because of health risks. But we're going to dive into the concerns as a new state bill proposes changes to those rules. And across the country, we are seeing classes, school activities, even college football games canceled because of whooping cough outbreaks. Why we're seeing so many flare-ups, and what does this mean for the upcoming flu season? But first, we're going to introduce you to two of the cutest mascots in Michigan law enforcement, how being dumped out of a car led them on the path to their new family.